Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel. So this is going to be my week 20 Slimming World update. So if you want to know how much I've lost, then keep watching. So this is week 20 and I'm going to start this week with a little bit of a tale. So basically last week, as you saw in my video, I posted it really late because I totally forgot to post it and I'm ever so sorry about that. That's why I've had like one and then a couple of days later I've got another, and I hope you don't mind. But obviously I was still in that same sort of frame of mind where I wasn't feeling like I could devote much time to cooking for me. I have like just grabbed food when I can. I get ready in the morning and I get the kids ready for school and I get their breakfast ready. I say kids, Bill ready for school. I get Daisy ready for a day of mayhem. And it's always them that comes first. I do her bottle, give her a bottle and prep both of their breakfast, and Bill's eating while I do the bottle and then she has something to eat as well, and it's very much that's like the cycle that we always do. But what happens with that is that I rarely have time to eat myself, and that is because the things that they're having for breakfast don't necessarily fit with Slimming World. So they could have crumpets and that would be absolutely fine for them, and they could have like fruit and stuff or some yogurt, or they'll have cereal and milk. But I don't necessarily want to have cereal and milk every day. I don't want to use my Hex A and Hex B choice like that. I'm not interested in doing that at all, especially when I drink as much coffee as I do. And I obviously can't have crumpets because I think they're like 6 sins each, and I'm not going to use 12 sins on 2 crumpets first thing in the morning. So what I like to have for breakfast a lot of the time is Slimming World will be like, if I do baked oats, I'll use my Hex B for that, but I will mix it in with like a Muller light yogurt or something along those lines. And I will have like that kind of cooked breakfast thing, so bacon medallions with loads of like mushrooms and tomatoes and egg and some beans, and that is just what I prefer to have. But I don't have time to do that, and maybe it sounds like I'm just making things difficult for myself, and I understand that, I really do. But I have a certain way that I like to use my sins and my Hex A and Hex B choices. So when I feel like I'm pushed into a corner to use them in a different way, I feel like then it becomes more of a diet for me, if that makes sense. And then I don't enjoy it as much. So I've really struggled with that, and then with all this filming that I've been having to do for this project, which by the way I finished today, and I actually burst into tears when I filmed the last 4 videos because I can't believe it's done. It's been a huge piece of work and I can't wait for it to go out, but I can't talk about it for now because I'm legally not allowed to say, so we will leave that for now. But because I've been devoted to like filming and stuff as well, every single second that Daisy naps I am filming, or I'm editing, or I'm doing emails and I'm researching and writing stuff. And then when she's awake, I'm very much focused on playing with her and focused on making sure she eats enough for her lunch and stuff. And then it's like usually the school run again, and I've got both kids at home and I've got to make tea and all of that, and it's a big vicious cycle, isn't it? So I've just not been very good at focusing on me, but now this work is done, I'm really hoping that will change. But the real sort of tale of like this week, which is ridiculous really, I had it in my head, right, that I weighed 12 stone and 12 pounds, and so for all of this week, every time I would step on the scales, sorry. So for all this week, every time I would step on the scales, I would look at that and I'd be like, okay, it's not moving very much and this is really bad. And I knew, right, that I've not had the best week because I've not been eating very well. And then I went out for school mum drinks on Thursday night, which resulted in me drinking way too much Prosecco with my best like friend from school. She's lovely. We had a really nice time and I don't regret it at all, but I was expecting maybe I wouldn't lose as much, but I had been relatively good. So I was looking at the scale like, what the hell, like why am I not losing weight? And this morning, well no, on Saturday and Sunday I was like a few pounds heavier, and I was like, oh my god, this is not going well. Like, does that say 13.1? Am I 30? What? Why am I gaining so much weight? What is happening? I've had my period, what is going on? And I like got up this morning and it was still like relatively the same and like floating around like a pound either side, and I was like, it's gonna be awful because I'm gonna have to come on here and tell all of you that I've gained. And I stood on the scales and it said 12 stone 11 and a half. And I looked at it and thought, oh, at least I've lost half a pound. She was like, yep, 1.5 off. And I was like, eh? And she was like, yeah, you've lost 1.5 pounds. And I was like, how? I'm only 12 stone 11.5. And she was like, yeah, you were 12 stone 13 last week. And then the penny dropped, and I just convinced myself that magically I'd dropped another pound somewhere. And yeah, so I feel a bit stupid, really. So that's been great, and I'm quite pleased with that, obviously, but also like I feel like a bit of a plonker. So 1.5 off is really good, but I know that I'm making massive mistakes, and I know that I could be like food optimizing a lot better, and I know that I could lose more. I really do. But you know, here's to the future weeks, I guess. Sorry, my battery ran out then, so I had to switch them round. But yeah, so now I have 9.5 pounds to lose. So I've lost, is it 32.5 now? Something like that. And I am really pleased. I'm chuffed, I am. But it's just, I don't know, it still feels like a long way off yet. And I used to have losses of like 3, 4, 4.5 a week, and if I had those losses now, I'd be done in a few weeks time, but I just don't think that's going to happen. But one fun thing that I noticed in group this week was the introduction of these bad boys, and these are the salted caramel hi-fi light bars, and they're 3 cents each, and they are a gorgeously gooey cereal bar with a smooth salted caramel centre and topped with creamy fudge pieces. And they had samples, which I had after I'd got weighed, and oh my goodness, they are so nice. I have one here and some orange wedges to enjoy after this video. But I don't really know what I'm going to do for like the next few weeks. I am going to try and meal plan. Like loads of your suggestions on my last video were so helpful, and I do need to do things like bulk cook and make, sorry, I'm putting my feet up because I'm really uncomfortable from filming for the last few hours. I'm going to bulk cook, and I'm going to make loads of nice meals and just sort of really try and focus on this now. The only thing is that today is my last day of being 28, ladies and gents. I am 29 tomorrow, and obviously on my birthday I'm not going to be, you know, treating it like a normal day on Slimming World, but I am also going to try and be a little bit more well behaved. I don't think I'm going to go down the Christmas route, because I also need to prepare for the fact that I have a birthday surprise on Friday, and I don't know what it is, but I'm assuming it's going to involve like food and drink, so I don't want to blow out completely. So I think Wednesday and Friday I'm going to allow myself to enjoy my time, and then for the rest of the weekend I'm gonna hopefully get back on track and sort my life out, because there's lots of things that I've had to put on hold with all this work stuff going on, like this big project, and I want to get things sorted again. It's coming up to spring. I say that like spring's around the corner, it really isn't. But I want to like tidy up my house. I want to sort out a conservatory that's full of stuff that needs to go to the tip, and I want to sort of work on my blog, because I relaunched that. I've moved over to WordPress, and that's got a brand new design, and I'm really excited by it, but I've had like no time to work on it. So I really want to go back to focusing on me and like making myself happy, because I am 29 now, and in a year I'm going to be 30, and like I am going to keep getting older, and I think it's important to be aware of that and like try and get my health up. And as Mark was saying to me last night when I was all grumpy because I was convinced I was going to gain, he said, you're not looking at the bigger picture. He's like, it's not about pounds and ounces and stones, it's about the massive change that you've already done and the massive impact on your health that has given you. And you need to stop sort of focusing on like what the scale says and how you feel and like the benefits that you're giving yourself. And he's so right, but I still want to get to my target. So we'll just have to see. But I will quickly show you my body, bearing in mind I've just had a big bowl of soup. so I'm going to be pretty full looking, but I'll let you have a look anyway and you can tell me what you're thinking. So this isn't actually very flattering, is it? But it's this new top that I've got. I really like it actually. It's like a nude colour and it's ribbed and super pretty and it's quite thick, and this is a size 12, and this is me from a little bit further back, and that's me from the side with clothes on, and this is me without clothes on. I've literally nearly pulled my pants down on camera then, very smooth. But yeah, I feel like it's just getting better, and again, there's still this bit here, isn't there, and I don't know what I'm going to do about it, but it's a lot better than it was before. So yeah, that is it. I feel like I should apologise to you because I was doing really well with Slimming World, and loads of you have been so amazing and said like that I've like kick-started you into starting and that I'm inspiring you, which is amazing, and I'm so happy that it's not only like helping me but it's helping other people as well, because like it's completely changed my life, and I love that that's happening for you as well. I really do. I'm just throwing things down here, but then now I feel like a letdown, because what am I bringing to the table? Like absolutely nothing. I'm not bringing anything to the table. I'm like whinging and I'm not doing that well at the moment, but you know, it's £9.5 now, and I'm going to try really hard to do it, not only for me but also because I don't want to like be the opposite to you. I want to like all work at this together and inspire each other, so I'm going to really try. And thank you so much for watching, and good luck. Like, you can do this, and hopefully next week I'll be getting loads of comments of all of you as well saying that you've had a really good week, and we're just going to have to eat speed like crazy ladies and crazy men, and just fingers crossed it works. So yeah, thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this, please give it a thumbs up. I'd really appreciate it, and don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already, because there'll be more where this came from, and I will see you next week. Bye.